Play the cards. Have a ball. If you play them right, you can win it all on Card Sharks. And now, here's your host of Card Sharks, Jose Cazares. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to another exciting edition of Card Sharks here in Sleepy Time Studios on the MVG Network. We're so glad to have you here with us tonight. If you were not with us on our last show, we had a worthy champion, Gianni Pizzi, dethroned by our current champion, who so far has 2 wins for himself, and tonight he's going for his 3rd. However, before we introduce him, there was a scoring mistake on my part at the end of the money cards. Now, I mistakenly thought our champion had $8,800, and he doubled on the big bet. However, there was a push on the second row, and I didn't realize it, and he ended up winning only $8,800 and not double $8,800. So we have fixed this total off camera, and he has a 2-game total of $17,500, not over $26,000 like I thought originally. With that said, let's welcome back our current champion, Will Medina.
Really?
Well, aside from that scoring issue, you took down a heck of a champion in Gianni on your first win. How did you feel when that happened?
Well, hey, it's just a game, right? Right. So I'm just glad all the errors and mishaps are gone. We can play this game nice and fair, but I'm great.
All right, well, you are going for your 3rd win here. You ready to meet your next challenger?
No, Nails is here. I'm leaving. Just kidding.
You're moving!
All right, well... And he just spoiled who his challenger was going to be. He's making his first appearance here on Card Sharks. We welcome him in from the state of Minnesota, Mr. Equals Peach.
I'm sorry, I just had the bag pulled over my head. Where am I now?
I don't know who put a bag on your head, sir, but certainly wasn't one of us.
No. Was it Nels?
No, it was not me, Pete. Sorry.
Considering he's from the same state as you, I highly doubt he would do that to you. But anyways, glad to have you here with us, Pete. Since this is your first time, of course, why don't you go ahead and tell the folks a little bit about yourself?
Okay, fine, if you insist. I'm a kid squid from 10,000 years in the future, but really I'm 25, from the great state of Minnesota, and go Rams.
A Rams fan in Minnesota. Tell me how that makes any sense. Anyways.
Good hush, Jose.
Well, anyways, glad once again to have you here, Pete. You're up against the worthy champion here in Will. You think you have what it takes to become our new champion?
Well, like Will just said, it's a game, so I'm going to have fun with it. And whatever happens, happens.
All right, well, that's the attitude we'll have to see in our contestants. I wish you and Will the best of luck here tonight. Of course, you know, Vuela, the object of the game is to make your way to the end of the board by correctly calling high-low across the cards. The first one of you to do so wins the round. It takes 2 round wins to win the match. Should you win a match, you become our champion and then go on to the money cards where you can win up to $32,000 in cash. However, in order to gain control of the cards, you must first correctly answer a high-low toss-up question. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into our game with our first question. And our first question in round 1 goes to our champion. So, Will, this first one is yours. And this one's a bit of a long one, so pay attention. Will, we asked 100 soap opera actors and actresses. Has a fan ever gotten mad at you in public for something your character did on TV? How many said that this had happened to them?
They can take their asses back home and watch it on the TV screens. Don't approach me. That's what I would say. Why do people do that? But back to the question. Wow. Just because it's a written line doesn't mean it's going to happen in reality. I will say 52.
All right, he says 52 out of 100 have had this happen to them. Peach, higher or lower than 52?
I imagine some people in this world are gonna take their soap operas very seriously, just like any other program. I feel like it should be higher, but I don't know. I would expect people to have a little more sense than that, knowing that it's just a show. So I'm gonna go against my gut and go lower here.
All right, he says lower than that. All right, if it is lower, Peach, you'll get control of the cards first. If not, it'll be Will. The actual number of soap opera actors and actresses who have had a fan that has gotten mad at them in public for something their character did on TV is 52. It's an exacta!
Are you kidding me? Wow!
My goodness, and Will nails it right there with that exact answer. He gets $1,000 for getting it exactly right, so you now go up to $18,500. But wow, that's how this episode starts. All right, I see how it is. But rest assured that our contestants have no idea what the answers are. They are not informed of this beforehand. This is all legitimate. The only person that knows the answers is me. That's it. So, Will, with that said, you've got control of the cards first, and let's take a look at your opening base card. You have an 8. Now, you won the question, so you have the right to change it if you like.
Nels, tell your smarts, no man, you need to get the hell out of here and get rid of it, por favor.
Alright, changing the 8, it goes away, and we replace it with a queen.
Better, lower.
Lower than the queen, it's a 9.
Iffy on the 9, but you know what? Let's take a small break, freeze.
Alright, gonna freeze it right there, taking the 1 card lead and keeping Peach away from his cards. And with that, we now go to our second question of the round, and Peach, this one is yours.
I did not see that last answer coming.
Well, here comes the next question here.
I'm ready.
Peach, we asked 100 judges. Do you ever wear clothes under your robe that would be inappropriate for court? How many said that they do?
Well, in my mind, like, what they do is, like, held in very high regard, so I imagine they would take their jobs seriously enough to, like, dress appropriately under that robe. With that said, I know there are going to be some people out there that might think to do that, so I'm going to go 15.
Alright, he says 15 out of 100 would do this. Will, higher or lower than 15?
Before I answer that, I could imagine Nels fantasizing about Judge Judy in that robe. House misery. Well, Peach kind of nailed it right there. You got to show professionalism at the courtroom, knowing you're in a federal building, and you got to have some decorum. But I think it's a little bit higher. They have to have self-regard, so I'm going to go higher.
All right, he says higher than that. All right, the actual number of judges who have ever worn clothes under their robe that would be inappropriate for court is 64. It is higher. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
I guess professionalism isn't in these judges' vocabulary, apparently. But in any case, Will, you've got control, and you have that 9.
Okay. I was drinking water in the background, so excuse me. You can tell the 9 to take a hike. Get rid of it.
All right, changing it, the 9 goes away, and we replace it with an 8.
Ooh.
The lesser of two evils. I'll go against the grain higher.
Higher than the 8? No, it's a 6. No progress made there. And that means Pete gets a free chance to play off his base card of a 3.
Alright, I think I'll go all of it higher than the 3. Oh, wait, I'm not in money cards yet?
No, this is the main game, sir.
Still higher.
Alright, higher than the 3. It's a king.
We'll go lower.
Lower than the king? No, it's an ace! You lose both of those cards and go right back to the 3. Nobody makes any progress.
Well, good thing I didn't go all in on that.
And on to our third question, which goes to Will. Will, we asked 100 millennials. Oh, this should be a good one. Do you currently have cable TV at home? How many millennials said yes?
Cable TV is so expensive. Me and my wife have Hulu, Netflix, and other stuff, so we'll be fine, but fuck that. But considering this is just cable TV, like Dish Network, I will go 43. It's not that.
Alright, he says 43 out of 100 do have cable TV. Peach, higher or lower than 43?
Well, I'm probably younger than the average millennial, and I don't have any TV. So I can't imagine, like, I don't have any TV when I've got the internet. So I think a lot of those people are going to be on that boat. I'm going to go lower than 43.
Alright, he says lower than that. Alright, the actual number of millennials who currently have cable TV at home is 52. It is not lower.
Wow, wait.
Hey, you gotta remember, they're millennials, for crying out loud. They are still willing to pay that pretty penny for that cable TV. Alright, so Will, you've got control of the cards once again, and you have that 8.
8 can go make a left, so get rid of it.
Alright, the 8 goes away, and we replace it with a 5.
Thank God for that one. Let's go higher.
Higher than the 5? It's another 8.
Nels, you're a cursed enemy. Just so you know. I guess I'll freeze on early Christmas time. Freeze on the 8.
Ugh, that's now... Just for the record, that's now 3 8s that you found in that deck. But I digress. So, Will freezing it right there, needing only 2 cards to win the first round, and keeps Peach away from his cards. And that now brings us to our 4th and final question of the round. Somebody has to win on this next play of the cards, and the question goes to Peach. Peach, we asked 100 married women. Have you ever fantasized about one of your husband's friends? How many said that they had?
Knowing what I now know about professionalism, I imagine a lot of women, those women aren't going to be, well, all that faithful to their partners. I don't think marriages work anymore. Let's go 50. What the hell?
Oh, going with the trap card of 50 right in the middle. Will, higher or lower than 50?
Sorry, I had to step away for a second. Repeat the question.
Sure. We asked 100 married women. Have you ever fantasized about one of your husband's friends? Pete, how many said that they had? Pete said 50. Higher or lower?
Okay. Well, it's 2022, people. People do use apps for their own fantasies and self-wishes, I guess, but I'm going to say it's just a tad bit higher. So I'm going to go higher.
All right, he says higher than that. All right, for all important control of the cards here, the actual number of married women who have fantasized about one of her husband's friends is 12. It is not higher. Hey, you gotta remember, once they're married, they have a commitment to stick to. So I don't think any fantasizing of any kind is allowed in that kind of relationship, but I digress.
Right.
Alright, so Peach, you've got the decision. So here's the scenario. You have a 3. However, you would need to sweep the entire board to win the first round of the match. If you even make one mistake, Will takes the first one. However, you have control. You can force Will to play off the 8, which he cannot change. He would have to call 2 cards correctly, and if he makes a mistake, you take the first round. What do you want to do?
Well, I like that 3 that I have, but I feel like if I were to take it, the chance for me to win that would be just too slim. So I'm going to have Will play as 8.
Alright, gonna pass control. Alright, Will, you need to call these 2 cards correctly, or else Peach takes game 1.
Lower.
Lower than the 8? It's a 6.
Okay.
Higher.
For game 1 of the match and another $1,000. Higher than the 6? It's a queen. He's done it! Nicely done, Will. You pick up another $1,000 for winning the round, and you are up 1-0. All right, and unfortunately, Peach made the wrong decision, but it is still possible for you to come back and win it. So let's go ahead and get the board ready for our second round. All right, round number 2, and our first question goes to our challenger in this one. So, Peach, this first one is yours. Another long one, so pay attention. Peach, we asked 100 male bodybuilders. Which would upset you more? Losing your hair or losing your muscles? How many of those male bodybuilders said that they'd be more upset losing their muscles?
I'm not sure if I should even comment on this one.
If you were to comment, try to keep it PG.
That's right. Well, I feel like that's a tough question. I imagine there are people who would, like, an everyday person would be, like, concerned about losing their hair, but the bodybuilders, man, they'd be concerned about their muscles. I don't know. I feel like
I'm gonna need an answer.
the answer could be anything, so I'll just say 40.
All right, he says 40 out of 100 would be more upset losing their muscles. I mean, again, I gotta hurry it up a bit here, because this is only an hour show essentially.
You can
All right, Will, higher or lower than 40?
Imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger bald when he did his bodybuilding contest. But
Wow.
these people are jacked up, so higher.
All right, he says higher than that. The actual number of male bodybuilders who would be more upset about losing their muscles over their hair is 61. It is higher. Yep, that's what they work. I mean, you gotta realize that's what they work for crying out loud. It's all part of their job. All right, so Will, you've got control of the cards first, and let's take a look at your opening base card. You have a deuce.
What was that luck last time? But anyway, higher.
Higher than the 2? It's a 3.
Let's keep on going higher.
Higher than the 3? It's a queen.
Lower.
Lower than the queen? It's a deuce.
Boy.
Peach, good job, man. Higher, Jose.
To remain the champion, pick up his 3rd win, and pick up $2,000. Higher than the deuce? It's a 4. He's done it again.
We're not worthy.
Congratulations, Will. In addition to the $1,000 you picked up for winning the round, you also pick up an extra 1,000 for sweeping the board with no mistakes. So when we add everything up, you now have 3 wins and a total of $21,500. And you are going to be going back to the money cards in just a moment. But first, Peach, you gave me the valiant effort there, sir. Just unfortunately, the cards just did not work out in your favor. You had at one point you had a decision to make that just didn't end up working out for you either. But you still have fun with us regardless.
Yeah, no. Be proud of the fact that Will just took me to school there. I'll take that one with me.
All right, well, Pete, you are definitely not leaving out of here empty-handed. We are going to give you our house minimum of $500 for participating. But again, we hopefully look forward to having you back on a future episode.
Appreciate it, Jose. Thank you. And Will, good luck on those money cards.
All right, that is equals Peach, everybody. And Will, you have done it again. You picked up your 3rd win. And in total, you pick up $2,000 for winning both rounds, $1,000 for an exacta, and another 1,000 for sweeping the board. So you've essentially pulled off a trifecta game. But we're going to take a quick commercial break here, but when we come back, you're going to go back to the money cards to see how much you can add to that total. We'll be right back after this here on Card Sharks. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks. We're here with our now 3-time champion, Will Medina, who shut out his latest challenger, equals Peach. But now, Will, you've got another opportunity to add some money to that total as you once again play the money cards. So, you of course know how this works. You've been here twice thus far. Start you off at the bottom row with $200 and make your way across the following 3 cards, betting as you wish. Then we move up to the second row, give you another $400, and you work your way across those 3 cards there. Minimum bets are $50 until you get to the big bet, where you have to bet at least half your money. And once per row, you can change any card by using one of the 3 spare cards on the left side of the board. So with that being said, let's go ahead and deal out the cards. Give you $200 of betting money, and I wish you the best of luck as we take a look at your base card. We start you off with a 4.
Hold on 1 second. Yo, ramen noodles, mute your mic. You heard Jose at the top of the show. God, on. People don't listen. You know what I'm saying? People just don't listen. Anyway. Okay, it's catching up. 4. Okay, it's a 4, you said? Alright, everything higher. Like I do the whole time.
Alright, all $200 higher than the 4. It's a 6. You're up to $400.
Same as the first. Todo dinero higher. Let's go.
All 400 higher?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
All 400 higher than the 6? It's an 8. You're up to $808.
Nope. We're not going to play with that 8. So we're going to change that to... Let's change it with Jason's favorite number, 3.
All right, changing it with card number 3. The 8 goes away, and we replace it with a 7. A little better.
A little better, my ass. Let's go the minimum increment of $50 measly higher. That's 7's a trap. 50 higher.
All right, the minimum bet, $50 higher than the 7. No, it's a 3, but you were right to bet low. And now we move that 3 up to the second row, give you another $400, and you're now up to $1150 with a 3.
I know what I want to do, but if that next card is not what I think it is, I'm gonna be up shit creek. But fuck it, everything higher than the 3.
All right, going $1150. Higher than the 3, it's a 5. You're up to $2,300 now with a 5.
Let's say this the first. Everything higher.
Going all of it again, $2,300. Higher than the 5. It's an ace. You're up to $4,600 and a card you cannot lose on.
I know. So everything lower.
All 4,600 lower than the ace. It's a 5. All right, Will, we move that 5 up to the top row. You have $9,200. Let's see. Let's do the math here. You would have to bet at least $4,600, but you can bet more and you can change it, but only once.
I know. I like the 5, but it's the question. Fuck it, change it with number 1.
All right, he is changing the 5, an all-important change. The 5 goes away, and we replace it with a deuce!
Bullseye. All right, Jose, I'm going to turn my back. Everything higher than the 2, no matter what happens. Yeah.
All right, so you cannot lose on this card, so you'll either have $9,200 or $18,400. If this card is higher than the deuce, it's a king! $18,400!
Job.
And there's another big payday for you, sir. We add that to your total of $21,500, and you now have a 3-game total of $39,900. And I got even better news for you, Will. With that big of a win, you have now jumped up from 4th to 2nd on our leaderboard. How do you feel about that?
I'm very surprised, but damn.
Well, hey, you took some risky all-in bets that ended up working out in your favor there, so well done. We're gonna take a few moments to recompose ourselves, me especially, because my heart was racing when he did all those all-in bets. But we will be right back to meet Will's next challenger right after this here on Card Sharks. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks. We're here with our champion, Will, who had a very big payday in the money cards, picking up over $18,000. And with that, Will, like I said, you're now up to 2nd place on our leaderboard. But should you win this next game and do well like you did on that last money cards round, you could take the lead over Gianni. You ready to meet your next opponent?
Orale. Let's go.
All right, he is going for win number 4, but to get there, he'll have to beat our next opponent. He's making a return here with us on our channel. Only picked up $1,000 so far, but he is looking to add that to a whole lot more to his total. Let's welcome back Chris Chambers.
Hello, everybody.
Glad to have you back with us here, Chris.
Thank you.
The last time you were with us, I think you were up against our other Chris, that being Christopher Rahaman, but he ended up winning it over you in a tiebreaker. But you're back with us once again, and you are up against the worthy champion here in Will. You think you are able to? You think you're going to be able to take the championship from him?
Yes, I am.
Oh, he's confident going into this. I like it. All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck, Chris, because again,
Thank you.
as you've seen, Will is a worthy opponent. With that being said,
Yes,
let's
he
go
is.
ahead and get right into our game here. First question of round number 1, and Will, it goes to you. All right, well, we got a bit of a short one here. We asked 100 men, do you wear cologne every day? How many said yes?
Well, first of all, you're not Versace, you're not Armani, you're not Calvin Klein, so why this question again? Okay. But I guess smell good versus smelling like a shower is different, so I'll go 55.
All right, he says 55 out of 100 do wear cologne daily. Chris, higher or lower than 55?
I think it'd be a little higher.
It's higher than that. All right. I know I work alone daily myself because like I gotta go into professional work environment at my university, so it's like I gotta be professional. But I digress. The actual number of men who wear cologne daily is 35. It is not higher.
Ouch.
I guess not many are in that department. I guess they're more focused on deodorant over perfume, but I digress. Alright, so Will, you've got control of the cards first, and let's take a look at your opening base card. You have a 6.
Okay, sorry. I had to laugh in the background because I was going to say, Axe Spray does not count as cologne, gentlemen. Yes, it does. With that said, I'm going to keep the 6. I'm going to keep the 6, and I'm going to go higher.
Alright, keeping the 6, going higher. No, it's a 3.
Damn you, Jay.
Well, unfortunately, no progress made there, and that means, Chris, you get a free chance to play off your base card of
Alright.
a 7, but you cannot change it.
Let's go. Let's go higher, please.
Higher than the 7? No, it's a 3 as
Oh.
well. Wow.
Mm.
A 3 stopping both of our players' progress, so none is made. And that now brings us to our second question of the round. And Chris, this one is yours.
Okay.
Alright, here we go, Chris. This is a bit of a long one, so pay attention. We asked 100 school bus drivers, which could you use more on your job? Earplugs or throat lozenges? How many of those school bus drivers said they could use more earplugs?
I was about 52.
Alright, he says 52 could use more earplugs. Will higher or lower than 52?
How about water? They say if bus drivers don't get that much respect, get them some water. Doing all them damn travels. But I thought it was gonna be about the link salons more, but I'll say a tad bit higher. I mean, their ears are at risk, so I'll say higher.
Alright, he says higher than that. Alright, the actual number of school bus drivers who could use more earplugs on their job than throat lozenges is 83. It is way higher. Wow, alright. Alright, so Will, you've got control of the cards, and you have that 6.
Nah, I think I will put that to the graveyard. Oops, Yu-Gi-Oh! Mind. Change it, Jose.
Alright, changing it, the 6 goes away, and we replace it with an ace!
I love American hot dogs at a baseball field, just like Kevin does, but let's go lower.
Lower than the ace. It's a 5.
Let's go a bit higher.
Higher than the 5? It's a 7.
Nope, you're not going to catch me off of that freeze.
Alright, freezing it right there, taking the 2-card lead and keeping Chris away from his cards. And that now brings us to our third question of the round. And Will, we are back to you. Ugh. Will, we asked 100 bartenders, is St. Patrick's Day the most annoying holiday? How many of those bartenders said that it is?
Hey, John Berkeley, report to the stage. You know this. Get up on stage. And this question you would have to give me since I'm a non-alcoholic drinker. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna
hey, don't mess with my beer, Will.
I'm gonna say 64 to keep the game going.
Alright, he says 64 out of 100 think that St. Patrick's Day is the most annoying holiday. Chris, higher or lower than 64?
I think it'd be just a little higher.
It's higher than that, alright? The actual number of bartenders who do consider St. Patrick's Day the most annoying holiday is 44. It is not higher.
Well,
And there may be other holidays that those bartenders get concerned about. All right, so Will, you've got control once again, and you have that 7.
It's a la chingada with that 7. Get rid of it.
All right, the 7 goes away, and we replace it with a 6. A little better. Emphasis on the word little.
All right. Let's still higher.
Higher than the 6? No, it's a deuce. All right, so no progress made there, and that and that means Chris gets a free chance to play off the 7.
let's go lower this time.
All right, lower than the 7? No, it's a king. Once again, nobody makes any progress. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is our last question of the round. Yep, it is. So somebody's got to win on this next play of the cards. And Chris, the question goes to you. All right. Chris, we asked 100 people. Yeah, not being specific for once.
Okay.
Do you like the sound of your own voice? How many said that they do?
I said about 35 people.
35, 35?
35, yes.
All right, he says 35 out of 100 do like the sound of their own voice. Will higher or lower than 35?
I'm sorry, I was laughing in the background. That's on mute. Every chick in Minnesota likes Nels's voice. He's such a suave guy. I'm sorry, the question was right up my alley. Well, we got some conceited people out here in this country, so that has to be higher.
All right, he says higher than that. All right, for all important control of the cards, the actual number of people who do like the sound of their own voice is 39. It is slightly higher.
Wow.
Guess you were in the ballpark with that one, but unfortunately it was not the answer we needed. But Will, you got the decision to make. So you have
I already know what I'm going to do. I already know. And I feel bad Chris didn't get to play the cards, so kindly respectively let Chris have his turn. I will pass.
You will.
All right, he is giving Chris control.
You're welcome.
Doesn't even need me to lay out the scenario. All right, so Chris, you're going to have to call the 7. You cannot change it. You got to go through the entire board. One wrong move, and Will wins round 1.
Let's go higher.
Higher than the 7? It's another 7. Will wins. Oh, man. And Will making the right move there. He goes up 1-0. Now is over $40,000 so far for his championship total. And one more win, Will, you will pick up win number 4. Now, Chris, it is not over yet. You can come back from a deficit like this. So with that said, let's go ahead and clear the board and get things set up for round number 2. All right, here in our second round, our challenger gets the first question. So, Chris, we go to you for this next one. Oh, this one may be the best one of the episode. Chris, we asked 100 single men. Are you on more than one dating app? How many said yes?
I said that's going to be like a high number. 75.
75?
75.
All right, he says 75 out of 100 are on more than one app. Will higher or lower than 75?
Now this is a real track card question. Really, who writes this garbage? But but I think it's slightly a little bit lower. It's not like there's a bunch of desperate people. I think it's a little bit lower.
All right, he says lower. The actual number of single men who are on more than one dating app is 32. It is way lower. Crazy enough, I'm only on 1. But I digress. Alright, so Will, you've got control of the cards once again. And let's take a look at your opening base card. You have a 9.
Well, Jose, look at it this way. At least you're honest and you admitted that. So, whatever happens, good luck to you. And as far as that 9, yeah, adios. Let's change that.
Yeah, I do appreciate that, sir. Hoping I can find her.
No
But
problem.
Alright, but the 9 goes away, and we replace it with a deuce.
Higher. Let's go higher.
Higher than the deuce, it's an 8.
I'm gonna freeze like a cherry icy. Freeze on the 8.
Alright, freezing it at the 8, taking the 1 card advantage and keeping Chris away from his cards. And with that, we now go to our second question of the round, and this one goes to Will. Another long one here, Will, so listen carefully. We asked 100 single straight men if an attractive woman offered to take you on a 5-star dream vacation, but you barely knew her, would you go? How many of those single straight men said they would?
Stuff. I started noticing.
She got an AK-47 in butcher now. She's ready to kill you. That's a trap. I'm sorry.
No, I know.
Brother, brothers taught me better. But if they're legitimate and they're real, I'm going to stay in the low to mid ballpark here, 40.
Alright, he says 40 out of 100 would take this vacation. Chris, higher or lower than 40?
I hope it's low, Will.
Says lower than that. Alright, the actual number of single straight men who, if an attractive woman offered to take them on a 5-star dream vacation, but they barely knew her, they would go, is 67. It is not lower. Man, they are gullible sons of bee stings. Why'd I say bee stings? They are gullible sons of bitches. That's all I'm going to say. Alright. But Will, you've got control of the cards once again, and you have that 8.
Sorry, Snowman. It's not winter yet. Get rid of it.
Alright, changing it, the 8 goes away, and we replace it with a 5.
A little bit better. Let's go high.
Higher than the 5, it's a 6.
Let's go one more higher. Let's go higher again.
Continuing on, higher than the 6, it's a 10.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to pump the brakes like Amtrak, and I'm going to freeze on that 10.
Alright, freezing it right there, needing only 1 card to pick up his 4th win. Alright. Alright, now we are on to our 3rd question, I believe. So, Chris, we are back to you for this one. Wow. We thought the last one was weird. Just get a load of this one. Chris, we asked 100 bartenders. Have you ever given out a fake number just to get a flirty customer to leave you alone? How many said that they had?
I was about 52.
He says 52 out of 100 have done this. Will, higher or lower than 52?
Again, a bartender's question to a non-alcoholic drinker. Good job, Jose. We need to fire your lawyer and editors here. But yes, I've actually stepped into a bar, never drank, picked up my brother when he was drunk. Long story for another day. But it's scenic. I think this is a little bit lower.
Alright, he says lower than that. Alright, the actual number of bartenders who have ever given out a fake number just to get a flirty customer to leave them alone is 64. It is not lower. Who knows how flirty they are to them, but I digress. All right, so Chris, you finally get control of your cards for the first time, and let's take a look at your opening base card. You have a deuce.
Higher.
Higher than the 2, it's a 7.
Well, I'm going to go play and go higher.
He's risking it higher than the 7. It's a king.
Lower.
Lower than the king, it's a 10.
The freeze.
And just like that, we are tied up going into our 4th and final question. Both players needing only 1 card to win the second round. Of course, this is our 4th and final question once again. We are at sudden death. Will, the question goes to you. Will, we asked 100 people, do you think it's stupid to applaud in a movie theater? How many said yes?
Well, if you like the movie, you like the movie. If you don't, why are you fucking clapping in the first place? But it should be about a good high, low to mid number. Let's go 55.
All right, he says 55 out of 100 do think it's stupid. Chris, higher or lower than 55?
Higher.
Going higher than that?
Yes.
All right, he says higher. All right, for all important control of the cards, the actual number of people who do think that it's stupid to applaud in a movie theater is 45. It is not higher. All right, so Will, both of you are in the exact same situation. Both of you have 10s, and both of you need to call 1 card correctly. However, you have the advantages in that you can change the 10, but Chris cannot. With that said, what do you want to do?
I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to go lower.
You're going to play it yourself, and you're not going to change the 10?
You're damn right. You listen to me one time, that's all you need.
All right, he is going forward, keeping the 10, and you said lower?
Yes, sir. Lower than the 10.
All right, to pick up his 4th win and another $1,000, lower than the 10? No, it's a jack! Chris wins it, and we are tied!
Higher.
Oh, a risky move that did not pay off there, Will, and with that, we are tied up at 1 apiece. All right, so Chris, you pick up another $1,000, so you now go up to $2,000 for the Sphere season total. However, both of you have won 1 round apiece, so now we got to decide it through a tiebreaker. 3 cards and only 1 question.
Ooh.
The champion always gets the question, so Will, this one is yours. Will, we asked 100 dads. Have you ever said yes when you were supposed to say no, just so you could be the cool parent? How many said that they had?
Oh, wow. That is a very good question there. I will try... You know what? Why not? I'll try the middle 50.
And he is pulling the trap card, pulling out all the stops to get that 4th win. Chris, higher or lower than 50?
I'm gonna go higher.
He goes higher than that. All right, once again, for all important control, the actual number of dads who have ever said yes when they were supposed to say no just so they could be the cool parent is 72. It is higher. All right, Chris, so you're going to have the decision here. Let's take a look at your base cards. We're going to start by showing you Will's first. He has a 7, and you have an 8. Now, bearing in mind that you can change the 8. Do you want to keep control or force Will to play off the 7?
It's all yours, buddy.
Passing it to Will. All right, Will, you're going to have to call these next 2 cards correctly. Otherwise, Chris becomes our new champion.
Don't believe in love it more. And
I'll take a chance higher.
You cut out there. You said higher?
That's correct.
Higher than the 7. It's an ace!
like your husband.
Lower.
To pick up his 4th win and another $1,000. Lower than the ace? It's a 3! He's done it again!
Good job, Will.
Congratulations, Will. You pick up your 4th win. We give you another $1,000, and you're going to be going back to the money cards with a total of $41,900. You're going to be playing those money cards in just a moment, but first, Chris, no one could have blamed you for what you did there. You were hoping that Will would have made that one mistake, but once that ace came up, it just suddenly took a leap in his direction. But you still have fun with us regardless.
I did. Thanks for having me.
Well, you were definitely not leaving out of here empty-handed. You did pick up that $1,000 for that one-round win. But now, since the game is over, let's play the what-if situation here. So, Chris, had you decided to keep control, would you have changed the 8?
Yes.
All right, and you would have had another 8. Wow.
Kyle.
It would have been an ace,
My gosh. Lowell.
and you would have won it.
Oh.
So it was set up for the player to win either way. But hey, Chris, we definitely thank you for playing. It was tight. It was enticing to pass it, but hey, we definitely look forward to having you back on a future episode.
For having me. Good luck, Will.
All right, that is Chris Chambers, everyone, and Will, you have done it again. You have picked up your 4th win. And when we come back, you're going to be going back to the money cards to see if you can add some more money to that total. We'll be right back after this here on Card Sharks. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks. We're here with our now 4-time champion, Will Medina, who has $41,900 for his total. But now, Will, you've got another chance to potentially take the lead on our leaderboard here as you once again play the money cards. So we're just going to get right into it because you know how to play our game. Here's your $200. And let's take a look at your opening base card. We start you off with a queen.
Everything lower.
All $200, lower than the queen. It's a 4. You're up to 400 now.
Everything higher.
All $400 again, higher than the 4. It's an ace. 800 and a card you can't lose on.
Everything lower.
All 800 lower than the ace. It's a jack. We move that jack up to the second row, give you another $400. You're now up to 2,000 and a jack.
Okay. I hate to be conservative here, but I'm going to be sure. Let's just go my conservative $50 lower.
All right, $50 lower than the jack. It's a 10. All right, you're up to 2,050.
Yep, I knew that 10 was going to show up. Change it with card number 1.
All right, changing the 10, it goes away, and we replace it with a 5.
Ooh. Let's go $450 higher.
$450 higher than the 5. It's a 9. You're up to an even 2,500 and a 9.
$50 lower.
All right, going the minimum bet, lower than the 9. It's a 7. All right, will we move that 7 up to the top row? You have $2,550. You must bet at least $1,275. But you can bet more, and you can change it.
And then I'm going to change it with number 2.
All right, an all-important change. The 7 goes away, and we replace it with a king.
Everything lower, good game.
All right, Will. So you'll either have absolutely nothing or $5,100. If this next card is lower than the king, it's a push, but hey, you still have money. Well done. Better than losing it all. All right, Will, so congratulations there. You pick up another $2,550. And when we add that to the $41,900, you now have a 4-game total of $44,450. And again, you dodged the bullet there by it being a push. But when we see you on our next show, you're going to be going for your 5th and final win as you aim for retirement. So we will hopefully be seeing you then.
You know I'm going to be here. That's not a question.
Oh,
All right. Well, folks, that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Card Sharks. We thank you so much for joining us. And again, you're going to want to be here on our next show because Will is going to be going for his 5th win and potential retirement. But until that time comes and the cards come shuffling our way once again, I'm your host, Jose Casas. For all of us here at Sleepy Time Studios and MVG Productions, we'll see you next time for more of Card Sharks. Good night, everybody.